Hello, precious saints. It is the 14th of January 2025 in the Gregorian calendar. But what time is it spiritually? God's creation often shows us the time if we will just look and listen to what the Spirit says. It was brought to my attention that the Purple Mountain comet, which is also known as Comet C/2024 G3 or Comet Atlas, was visible again yesterday, the 13th of January 2025. The picture I've posted with this podcast was taken at dawn. Despite a bright twilight sky, the photographer Rob Kaufman was surprised he could see the comet so clearly through binoculars at around 5:15 a.m. local time from Victoria, Australia. Now, it is a good idea to get the transcript of this message because there are a lot of images involved. I will try and describe what I can to you for the podcast. The comet will be most visible for people in the southern hemisphere who will be able to look towards the eastern horizon before sunrise, or the western horizon after sunset, according to New Scientist. From Cape Town, South Africa, our sun sets quite late in summer, after 7 p.m, so it may be difficult to see the comet so far south in the evening, as the sun is still quite bright before the comet disappears behind the horizon. It is positioned in the Aquila or Eagle constellation behind the neck, or riding between the wings of the great eagle to the right of the sinking sun in the evening. However, if you're in the northern hemisphere, including the UK, viewing conditions may be slightly more challenging due to the comet's position relative to the sun. The comet will be visible until the end of January the 14th, which is today. In fact, the best viewing time for places like the US and Europe will be around 30 minutes after sunset. This is the viewing position in the west from Jerusalem on the 14th of January at 16:20 p.m. The Aquila constellation is poised above the horizon, and the comet is at about the 2 o'clock position from the sinking sun as it goes behind the horizon. The positioning in the Eagle constellation is significant as it connects us to the woman in Revelation 12 being given the wings of a great eagle to escape the dragon's flood. Remember also that the Purple Mountain comet represents the man-child. I've shown you this in Glorious Things Unfolding. You can go back to that series if you're new to this podcast. So the heavens are giving us a sign that all the earth is able to see, perhaps with the help of binoculars in some cases. The stars are releasing their speech throughout the earth, as Psalm 19 describes. They are announcing that the time of the woman being given the wings of a great eagle to flee from the dragon's flood is close at hand, and also that the man-child will be raised high and endowed with authority, being clearly visible on the earth during that time. In other words, the manifestation/adoption/placing of the sons of the right hand is at the door. And I felt like the Lord is saying, don't only wait in a posture of endurance. Now is the time to wait with eager anticipation, for that which you have longed and looked for is close at hand, on the lip of outpouring. When I heard that phrase, the lip of outpouring, it triggered an ancient memory. And I thought, let me check my archives. On the 24th of May, 2017, I released a post called On the Lip of Outpouring. Here is a quote from that post. There is a fullness of inheritance to be released to you in the kingdom of God. It has been kept beyond the reach of change and decay in heaven for you and is about to be poured out. No one can steal your inheritance from you. You may have been captive for a while, but your inheritance is safe, unsullied and untouched, and on the brink of flooding into your life. From the womb of the upper room will spill forth God's fiery, powerful remnant, those who are willing to follow the Lamb wherever he goes and bring in the harvest at the end of the age. I have also been seeing, that's the end of the quote, I have also been seeing a close-up snap vision repeatedly for about 10 days now. It is a zoom-in sight of the pouring edge of a tilted vessel, and there is golden liquid poised right on the edge of the lip, as if there is a millisecond before the vessel is tilted one more small amount and its contents poured in a golden river onto what is positioned below. Is the liquid oil or some other golden substance? I don't know. What I do know is that we are poised in the last moment before this outpouring. Wait with eager anticipation and expectation. The comet's position in these days of sighting, the last few days, up to the end of the 14th, is in between two stars in the Aquila constellation. The stars' names are Altair, which means the wounding, and Al-Shane, which means the bright. Which is interesting, as Al-Shane is positioned in the eagle's right side, right shoulder, perhaps signifying the glory being poured out on those rightly positioned as the sons of the right hand. Isaiah 60 verse 1 says, "His glory shall be seen on you." And in the transcript I have a picture of the comet positioned right between those two stars. Non-coincidentally, on the same day as I read news of the fresh appearing of this comet, which was yesterday, I also received a gift delivered to my front door. It was a beautiful painting depicting a vision I had shared in the post Power for Flight, which was released in May 2024. Those of you who have been with me for a while may remember that I said somebody needs to paint this vision. If anyone can paint out there, please do so. Well, this precious sister heard my cry, and the Lord prompted her to paint me a painting, which I am so blessed by. For those of you who are not going to see the transcript, is a picture of the lion roaring and a golden river coming out of his mouth, and a butterfly positioned in the lion's mouth with rainbow liquid colors pouring and on its beautiful wings. So this butterfly represents the man-child company rising towards the throne and being equipped with the 7 spirits of God through the frequency or sound that is in the lion's roar. So here is a short excerpt from that Power for Flight. I saw the Lion of Judah roaring, and the butterfly with jewel wings was positioned inside his mouth. There was a river of liquid flowing earthwards out of his mouth, and the butterfly surrendered and yielded itself to the flow, and the jewels in the wings became liquid rainbow colors of the 7-fold Spirit of God, raining down upon the earth in a mighty outpouring. The pouring out of this roar was not random, but over a specific location, where an altar had been built in the wilderness. And a bit further on it says, I was given understanding that the butterfly represented the man-child company who rose towards the throne with the equipping of the 7 spirits of God. Just as the birth and ascension of the man-child in Revelation 12 triggered the release of the woman from her birthing assignment, so she could be transitioned to her appointed place in the wilderness, so too the ascent of the butterfly triggered the opening of a bottle of the best wine. The positioning of the butterfly in the mouth of the lion tells us that the man-child will be involved in the release of the roar of God in the earth, that this company will surrender completely to their call and become part of the mighty roar of creative sound released over the woman in the wilderness. Incorporated in this sound will be the ministrations of the 7 spirits of God. So we know the man-child will be involved in ministering to, feeding, and preparing the bride during the 3.5 years of the dragon's flood. The flooding sound of heaven's best wine poured out on the surrendered bridal company will impart all that is needed to sustain, strengthen, and equip her for kingdom purposes. The dragon releases a river of death, but the Lion of Judah releases a river of life and power. And that's the end of that quote. So be encouraged as you wait, beloved, with your hearts positioned before the throne. Heaven sees you and all the months of preparation and self-denial. The heavens are declaring his end-time purposes for the season ahead. The man-child company is to be elevated, equipped, and positioned for kingdom purposes. Yes, there is a demonic flood to be unleashed against the bride of Christ, but God has already commissioned help to be sent to carry her to safety. A 3.5-year period of great trial is appointed, but the Lord cares for his bondslave saints and has plans in place for them. 2 months today is the Hillel Feast of Purim, on the 14th of March, a time of remembering God's great deliverance for his people from the enemy's diabolical plans. The early barley calendar marks this feast a month before this in February. Trump takes office in 1 week's time, and the Los Angeles fires mark the beginning of terrible, sweeping judgments for the unrepentant, both on the continent of America and worldwide. The day that burns like an oven is at hand. And God may use wicked men to execute his righteous judgments. So this debate of, is this from God or is this just man's wicked plans and deliberate lighting of the fires and using energy weapons and all sorts of things, that debate is null and void because God uses the wicked to execute his righteous judgments, and then he deals with the wicked. We see it in the Old Testament time and again. Keep your eyes fixed on things above, beloved. Keep joyful and in his presence, and pray much on the Spirit. May you hide under the shadow of his wings in these days. Many blessings. I'm going to now add a recording of my latest song. It's called Behold, He Comes. It will be released on Spotify and YouTube on the 16th of January 2025. It is inspired by Judges 5, Psalm 68, and Psalm 110.
Behold, he comes. Behold, he comes. He's riding on the heavens, and there's fire in his eyes. Behold, he comes. Behold, he comes. The King of heaven comes to rule and reign. Let deep roar now wake, and let the songs of battle rise as the leaders take their place and move toward the foe. Behold, he comes. Behold, he comes. He's riding on the heavens, and there's fire in his eyes. Behold, he comes. Behold, he comes. The King of glory comes to rule and reign. When you march before your people, the heavens drop their rain. The mountains tremble at your presence, Lord. Lord, hear, O kings, for and evermore I sing praises to His name, praises to His name. With every breath I will praise His name. May your enemies all perish, but let those who love you, Lord, be like the sun that rises in its strength. Fan fall from the bottle where the water pots are filled. The tales of your mighty deeds are heard. Bless the Lord for those who offer up their lives so willingly. Bless the Lord for those who stand and take the lead. And then fall from the bottle, your mighty deeds are told, and those who hear you call come willingly. Heal me, O kings, for I will worship. O festoons, lend your ear, for every knee will bow to Him, and of all I sing praises to His name, His holy name, His holy name. Execute your righteous judgments in the middle of your foes. May your enemies be made your footstool, Lord. Bless the Lord for those who offer up their lives so willingly. May your enemies be made your footstool, Lord. May your enemies all perish, but let those who love you, Lord. May your enemies all perish, but let those who love you, Lord, be like the sun that rises in its grave. Let Deborah now awake, let the songs of battle rise, as the leaves take their place and mourn through the fold. When you march before your people, the heavens drop their rain, and the mountains quiver before your presence, Lord. When you light it on the heavens, and there's fire in your eyes, and those who hear your call surrender willingly. Behold you come, behold you come. The King of heaven comes to rule and reign. May your enemies all perish, but let those who love you, Lord, be like the sun that rises in its strength. Let Deborah now ready, let the songs of battle rise, as the leaves take their place and move toward the fall. When you march before your people, the heavens drop their rain, and the mountains colors before your presence, Lord. Behold you come, behold you come.